everybody, it's 13th Wolfman. You know, today's day 25 of the 31 days of horror. 31 movies, 31 days. We talk a little, we review a little. You guys comment, I talk back at you. That's how it's a little give and take. Yeah. So, before we get started, I want you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I always want to know what you have to say. And when you do subscribe, hit the bell, ding the bell, and ring the bell. That way you'll be notified anytime I put something new up. There's other people doing this, not just myself. There is. I am the Ice Lord. Nightmare Maven. Let's talk about movies. Tony has 9 fingers. Moods 616. Double Shot J. Retro Horror, Random Horror, and the one and only MSJ. Yeah, Brother Max over at the one and only MSJ. Just go by, say, hey, Brother Max. Wolfie said hello. Now, today, what's the movie we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about, well, okay, it's a horror movie, but it's not slasher horror. It's not monster horror. This is more in the head horror. You know, I mean, this is more psychological than anything. I remember someone asking me one time, you know, I was having a conversation with someone, and they go, so you like horror movies? I'm like, yeah, I've loved horror movies since I was 5, you know, and they go, so what makes a good horror movie? They go, they're asking me, they're like checking off the boxes, like, does it have to be gory? No, it doesn't have to be gory. Does it have to be, you know, and they're, you know, does it have to be, and they're just, you know, clicking off, and I'm like, to be a good horror movie, it's got to get under your skin. Once the movie's over and you walked out of the theater or you've turned it off at home, you know, you turn the movie off, it's got to make you feel uneasy. You know, in some way. It's like, I remember the first time I saw The Devil's Rejects. You know, and this was back when it first came out, and after the movie was over, I wanted to take a shower because these people were the filth of the earth. I'm serious. These people were the scum. And it's like, I've been hanging out with Baby and Otis and Captain Spaulding, and they're just, I wanted to shower. I really did. You know, I didn't shower. I mean, I'm just saying, but that's the way it made me feel. It got under my skin how gross these people were. And so if something affects you that way, whether it scares you, but if it in some way makes you feel uneasy in any way whatsoever, then horror has done its job. That's a good horror film. And today's movie is a lot like that. Today's movie is Unsane with Claire Foy. Claire Foy, and I think she's the big name in this movie, isn't she? Yeah. Claire Foy. Didn't think about that before I brought it up. So Claire, her character is having an off day. You know, I mean, she feels uneasy around guys. She went out to a bar at the very beginning, and the guy's like hitting on her. She's like, okay, this is the way it's going to go down, man. You're going to get what you want, you know, which is in my pants, but once we're done, I don't want your phone number, you don't want my phone number, we separate and go our different ways, you know, and that's it. There's no huggy, cuddly stuff afterwards. So they go back to her place, they start making out, and she flips the hell out. And he's like, okay, I can't deal with this. He leaves, which is, you know, that's fine. Nothing else happened. Well, she goes and she has a conversation with a psychiatrist, you know, a counselor, and the counselor's asking her all these questions. Do you feel uneasy? Have you ever thought about suicide? And when you did think about suicide, how did you ever specify how you're going to do it? And she's answering all the questions, no problem. No problems whatsoever. And when that's all said and done, the doctor's like, okay, can you go out in the lobby and support? So you got to fill these papers out, you know. She fills the papers out and she signs them, and she doesn't read what she's signing. And it turns out that she's agreed to voluntary commitment for 24 hours in this facility. And there's rules, and she's not following the rules. She's a very strong woman, which is a cool thing. But she winds up getting stuck there for almost 2 weeks. Yeah. I think it's like 10 days. But what happens in this place is just so unnerving. She figures out that the people that are holding her at the place, it's all a scam. They hold you until your insurance runs out, and then when your insurance runs out, they street you and treat you, basically. And that's, but this movie is so unnerving because there's a little bit more to it than what's going on. There was a reason why she flipped the hell out at the beginning of the movie. I don't want to get into that. I want you to check this out. This movie, I saw this movie in the theater when it came out, and I was like, wow, that was a really, really, really powerful movie. That was a really good movie. You want to hear the surprise about this movie? This movie was entirely shot on an iPhone. That was it. They just used an iPhone to shoot this movie. Simple. And this movie looks phenomenal. Unless I tell you it's shot on an iPhone, you're going to be going, oh wow, that was a really great looking movie. And it was a really great looking movie. Entirely shot on an iPhone. That's the part that kind of blows me away. It was directed by, I want to make sure I got the right one. It was directed by Steven Soderbergh. Yeah, so I'm like, Steven, there's a couple of Stevens in my head. I want to make sure I say the right one. But yeah, Steven Soderbergh directed this movie. If you haven't seen it, this movie is well worth checking out. I can't say enough about it. The acting is off the chain. Do the kids say that anymore? But yeah, the story is awesome. I really love the story of this movie. So this, like I said, this really gets under your skin. That's the kind of horror movie that this is, So that being said, check it out. The movie is Unsane. Yeah, not really happy with the title. I mean, I wish it was called something else, but oh well. With that being said, of course, I am the 13th Wolfman, and you know what? I'm back on the prowl.